Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome again to the Science of Mind Club. And today we are very excited because for the next 10 sessions, we are going to share something which was always asked by the listeners of this podcast and people who are joining for the live classes, that we should focus on neuro-linguistic programming and share some of the basic skills. So, today we are going to share the first important building block in that entire direction. Okay, so last 10 classes or the last 10 sessions were about building some sort of understanding and foundation on the topics of neuro-linguistic programming and psychology and mindfulness. But now is a time when we will dive deep into neuro-linguistic programming. Yeah. So today is the very first session, and the way how we have divided is that there will be essentially 10 such sessions, and today and the next class we will be focusing on the basic building blocks. So without further ado, let's get started. Now we are sharing with you something which is called as the foundation principles of neuro-linguistic programming. These are called the presuppositions. So the first one that you just saw on the screen was that perception is projection. Yeah. So any perception that you carry is a projection of the way how you have looked at certain things. Like on the projector of your mind, the beliefs that get formed, the decisions that you make, or the actions you take, they are based on perceptions that you have around the world. In the last many classes, we discussed that how mind thinks and how it delieves to start generalizing. So, I encourage you to go through the last 10 chapters to understand that what we are talking about. All right, moving ahead. This is again an important one. The way how we look at ourselves or the way how things are in our mind. Any interaction that we have is all an interaction with. Yeah, so all interaction is interaction with self. The way how we see ourselves or the way we think that others see ourselves, or in at times when we get face to face with our true self, that is nothing but interaction, and all that interaction that happens is the interaction with yourself. This entire way of looking at things, perceiving, interacting, is more or less your own interaction, your own mind which is interacting with itself. And it is important that we focus on the mind. We mind our mind in a way that it helps us to mind our life in the right way. Yeah. So this is where neuro-linguistic programming, which was a technology developed for understanding the mind and programming the mind and its thoughts, was very useful. So this technology got developed from the works of great legends in the field of psychotherapy, hypnotherapy, and family therapies, all these psychological therapies and areas. And these experts were studied, and they distilled the formula that what is making a great expert in this field great. And they found out that they all are doing something very unique. And most important was that there is a set of belief which was common to all these people, and this is the belief that we are calling as the presupposition of the NLP. One of the very important presuppositions of NLP is this one, friends. It is called map is not the territory. As you can see, what is this map all about? This map is all about the map of the world. It is about the map of possibility. So if in your mind you have a software which is running pretty old, or if you have a way of looking at the world which is pretty old, the results you will get will be in alignment with the map of the world that you carry. So it is important that we change our beliefs, change our mindset, and acquire the right skill set and the tools. Yeah. At one point in time, a man used to believe that Earth is the center of the world, and then there is a there is actually an area where if you go and you might just fall off the earth, because it was also the flat earth, or somebody was thinking that sun is revolving around the earth. Any map that you carry, that either limits you or that either helps you grow. At that point in time, not many discoveries were happening, but the moment when man started looking for possibilities, that is where all those explorations started. The explorations, the journey where they used to sail on these ships, and they were in search of the newer land. So this NLP is also an exploration. The entire field of NLP is all about exploration, all about possibilities. It is about also understanding a very, very humbling thing, that we are not the center of the universe. Yeah? It is also about understanding that how we as human beings can develop ourselves. All right. So, to take this development journey further, what is very important is that we actively seek feedback. And we understand that in this exploration, there is no failure, there is only feedback. And this, my friends, is the most important presupposition or the belief, the cornerstone on which neuro-linguistic programming is formed, that we don't work from a failure set of mind, we work from a possibility set of mind. We look for feedback. So either we succeed or we learn. This is what I want you to carry from the series, even if it is just one thing that you want to carry back from listening to this entire video or the class or participating in these sessions. Just only one thing, if you can take back, is that you start looking for failure as an opportunity. This is the mind shift that I want you to carry, that there is no failure, there's only feedback. You only look for the learnings in the failure. Yeah. And that's where our failures will help us get better in life and get more experience. With that, let's get started with another important mindset of NLP, or a presupposition of NLP. This is called cause is the effect concealed and effect is the cause revealed, which means that cause and effect, they are interconnected. Yeah, and as NLP practitioners or as NLP learners who are curious on this subject, I want all of you to just think differently. Think from whatever is going on in your life or somebody's life, or somebody who comes to you with a problem in that person's life. That effect is something that they have crafted over a period of time. Okay? Because what we are saying is that we are on the both side of the equation. We are the cause at times and we are the effect as well. So when you look for the effect, when you look for the problem, also look further for the causes that were underlying, because those causes are often concealed. And as a doctor, by diagnosis, we find out that what can be the hidden causes. And once those causes get resolved, effects get resolved as well. Yeah. So when the causes are resolved, the effects get dissolved. And that is very, very important to understand, that we don't need to treat the effect. We need to find the causes and resolve those causes. So it is about this exploratory study where we are exploring what can be the causes. It's about self-exploration, or as coaches, as guides, as mentors, as leaders, you are helping others to explore those causes. And it is important that we understand that at this point in time, that the better we focus on our mind and improving our awareness, improving our learning, the better will be our ability to take charge of our life and expand our life in a new way. So this is the whole purpose, that in this mini series that we are running on neuro-linguistic programming, we help you build a solid foundation of NLP. And NLP is an art and a science of programming your minds to get the results that you want to achieve. Okay. So with that, let's get started. And our journey is a journey of helping, just like somebody has helped us gain these ideas and gain these learnings in our journey. It is our responsibility to help and teach others forward. So the vision is about helping coaches create more coaches. And in 30 to 40 minutes, it's not much of our time on a Sunday, but what we do in this 30 to 40 minutes is mindfully invest. The next 10 classes that will happen on this Sunday, you will get almost a day long session of neuro-linguistic programming, which will be a very strong foundation to get an overview in this field. Last 10 sessions that we have conducted is a very strong foundation on understanding how our mind works. So I strongly encourage you to go back and listen to all those 10 sessions that we have already conducted. And if you have not, gone through it, it's a good place to start. Those 5 hours that you will invest, something close to 5 hours, because these are 30 minutes classes, you will have a better perspective than almost 90% of people who are just going with the flow. Yeah, who are going um, in the direction where the society wants them to go, or the influence of the social media wants them to go, or a mindless materialistic desire wants them to go. It is all about taking that pause at times, and this Sunday class is about creating that pause. And some of the reflective techniques and the reflective ideas that we are bringing on this psychology, NLP, and mindfulness. And NLP is where we are diving deeper. This is totally pro bono. There's no fee for this. That it is a free initiative. It will always be like that, because it's in our way, where a lot of my mentors and coaches have given back to me, and I have to pay it forward. And similarly, you as leaders have to pay this knowledge forward. This has to definitely go and reach more people, and you definitely have to help a lot of people along. Yeah. So you're still curious, we have put together this community of positive people to learn, apply, share, and transform our lives and others' lives. And there's a free information that we want to share, and there's a website that we have put together on Google. It's like a Google site where you can explore more. But the only intention that will help you go forward in this journey is to be curious and stay curious. Okay? Because the curiosity is what will help you learn. Curiosity will help you grow. Curious minds always want to learn, always want to share. So we get into the first concept for our NLP mini series, a very important concept of neuro-linguistic programming called presuppositions. Now, in this exploratory journey of NLP, what we have to understand is that our mind is based on the frames of reference, the way how we look at things. These frames can be programmed. Like there can be a frame, just to give you an example, growth mindset. Growth mindset is a frame. Failure mindset or a victim mindset is also a frame. So at times when we are looking at the world from our map, it is important that we set the frame right. Our frame with which we are looking in the direction of neuro-linguistic programming is a frame of possibility, is a frame of learning. There's no failure, there's only feedback. In this frame, it is strongly founded on exploration. It is very, very connected with this growth mindset and the learner's mindset. So that's the first thing that I want to put as a building block. The second building block that I want to bring in front of you is that beliefs, any belief that you have in your life, just at the center of the belief is a lie, which means that the belief can be true for you or may not be true for you in certain occasions, and may not be true for somebody in their entire life, which means that there are beliefs that work for us, there are beliefs that don't work for us. Neuro-linguistic programming is about understanding what are the beliefs that work for you. Are you aware of those beliefs? And those beliefs can be on very different levels. So what do I mean by levels? Levels mean that are levels of understanding. Yeah. So what do you mean by level of understanding? There can be beliefs which are at the level of environment. Let's say a person has a belief about the environment. Okay, my environment is this. That is a belief. Sometimes there is a belief on the behavior level that my behavior is like that. Or I am a person who has this kind of a behavior. That's a behavior. There can be belief related to the capabilities. I believe my capabilities are this. There are some beliefs about the beliefs that we have, that I believe that I can learn new beliefs. But the most important of two are a logical level, which we call an identity level belief. It starts with the two magic words, I am. The moment you say I am, like somebody says, I am always late to work. That's a belief at an identity level. The person is thinking his identity is of a latecomer. Okay? But then the moment when somebody says something very, very powerful, which also operates at identity level, something like I am punctual. Now that belief may not be true, but that's a self-empowering belief. And right on the top of the entire level of thinking is the beliefs at the level of purpose. Purpose in the way that I believe that my purpose is to, the moment you start thinking about completing that sentence, you will get access to a lot of these ideas which will help you build a purposeful life. Yeah. And always remember that if we were to choose believe in certain things, and as we know that all the beliefs can be lie in one particular situation for one particular individual, let's believe in something that empowers us rather than disempowering, because all these generalizations are lie. The moment somebody says that everybody on all of this, that is there's a lie which is going on. So you choose what are the beliefs you want to form. You choose what are the lies that you want to tell to yourself. You choose that what are the thoughts that empower you, because it is all about creating the future that you want, creating the life that you want, and it cannot be done on anybody else's terms. A lie that has gone out of proportion for a particular person or a particular community or at one point in time for human history, that lie should not run your life. We cannot think that the earth is flat. We cannot think that we are the center of the universe. We have to explore for those possibilities. We have to explore for those beliefs which are helping us get a better perspective and build a strong foundation. So these are some of the concepts with which NLP is starting as a science of exploration. And one very important piece in this entire puzzle is body and mind are connected. Moment we start saying all these ideas to ourselves, you see there is a different feeling that you get. A body, yeah, body gets a very different feeling the moment you say, "Oh, I'm always late." You chant that like a mantra to yourself for 10 times. You'll get into something called as a very very negative emotional state. And if you are in a habit of doing this more than often to yourself, then you can land up into depression. So the way how our thoughts, our feelings, they program our responses, our body, our physiology. This is the science of NLP. Understanding this connection and changing this connection. And something that we want you to be always mindful of is that to learn anything, be it NLP, be it anything else that you want to do in your life, three things are very important. First is curiosity on this subject. If you are curious, then you will probably, take a thought and apply it and test it for yourself. If you are curious, you're flexible enough to take what you like and apply it, and you leave what you do not like. That's called flexibility. I'm not saying that all the ideas that a particular topic has will always interest you. Maybe there are some ideas that make you very, very interested, and maybe you want to apply it. Maybe you get the results on some of them. That is the flexibility in which, the person with the highest flexibility will be the controlling factor. You have flexibility in your life. This flexibility will help you get a lot of options, and these options will help you generate a lot of possibilities. And the third and the most important factor in this equation is persistence. Anything that you do, you have to keep on doing it. When you keep on doing it, that is where with persistence come results. So focus is equal to result, which means that wherever focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, focus goes, and results happen. So when we are focused on something and we are striving for it, when we are learning that craft, that area, and when we are persisting, that is where we start to see the results in it. So that's the mind shift that we want to build on today's session, that NLP is all about understanding where our focus goes. Our focus should be on growth. Our focus should be on learning. Our focus should be that where is this golden nugget of learning in my failure? How can I look at failure as a learning experience and life as a teacher? Because not everything, or not for everyone, the situation is the same, or the situation will be in a particular way. Sometimes we have to look forward for surprises day after day. Some surprises that we like, we call them pleasant surprises. Some surprises that we don't like, we call it a learning experience. And that's how we grow. So, the first thing that we have to establish in ourselves as leaders, as coaches, is that we have to build this foundation of NLP on this awareness that we are in control, we can choose our belief, we can program our mind, and we can be curious, flexible, and persistent, learn and grow. And this is where we say NLP is the technology for modeling excellence, because we become curious about how people are getting results, how they are persisting, how they are planning. And that's where we take the strategy of excellence and we put it into action. So, friends, once again, as we wrap up our first topic for this NLP mini course journey, I want to establish is that be mindful of your focus, be mindful where you are focusing, and that's where you will get the results. And on this journey, if you have any questions and answers, we'll be definitely happy to answer that. Share your gifts as you're getting on this journey, which you're getting on this journey with others, and you take care of those who are around you. Keep on learning, because learning is a life-giving activity. Learning is fun. Learning and sharing is how human beings have evolved so far. So, on that note, as a thank you gift from my side, I want to say and again reiterate the fact that I'm more than happy and I feel privileged that I'm sharing all this with you. And I once in a while start getting questions from you that, hey, and if you want to pursue this journey, if I can guide you, or if somebody else facing a problem, how that can be resolved. So whenever you're getting any questions or whenever you need any such guidance, please feel free, because I think that that's how we all grow, by sharing with each other. So keeping that in mind, I'm happy to share that as a token of gratitude, as a thank you note, I want to share these ideas and techniques with you. Only on Sundays I'm doing these pro bono sessions. All this learning is pro bono, free, confidential for these sessions, and you can learn anything about mindfulness. You can take some of the tools and techniques related to NLP and psychology if you want to, if you have something in mind. Like some people have contacted me for weight loss, some of them they wanted to change a habit, quit a habit, so all that is possible. And what it needs, like what I have been telling on this podcast or on this call, is that it is all about this mindset of curiosity, growth, and learning. Okay, and that's where we will grow. So I wish you all the very best for your journey, and feel free to take advantage of this free coaching. The number is there on the screen. And if you have any further questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. The next 9 sessions, really look forward for that, because after those 9 sessions, you will build a strong foundation of neuro-linguistic programming in terms of the mindset. What is the mindset of an NLP practitioner? In terms of the skill set, what are the skills which are useful for an NLP practitioner? finally the tool set, the toolkit of an NLP practitioner. Yeah. My job as a coach, as a person sharing all these resources with you, is that you build a strong foundation. And if you need any further help, feel free to connect. So thank you very much for listening. You have a wonderful Sunday ahead. Bye for now.